This video is for business leaders who need resilience to solve exceptionally challenging problems on a consistent or ongoing basis and ways to do that. So watch to the end of this video for bonus material on practicing neuroagility and a recommended video on where to find inspiration to improvise, adapt, and overcome. In Angela Duckworth's book, Grit, she said that one career goal seems to be the ideal number to have. So grit is essentially about holding the same top-level goal for an extremely long time. This seems to be, or at least I feel that it seems to be exactly the same thing, or very close to Jim Collins' phrase when he talks about vision in his book, Beyond Entrepreneurship 2.0. And vision serves as a North Star for all other lesser goals in your company or personal goal hierarchy. That is, the North Star is, should we make this decision? Should we go in this direction? Is what we're doing working well? Is it taking us towards our North Star or our vision or our top level goal, as Duckworth describes? So a goal hierarchy, as you might have guessed, is essentially one in which your vision or primary goal is at the top, like a ladder or a staircase is at the top, and all others are there and below it to support that destination. So Duckworth speaks about how we should virtually never sacrifice our top goal, except in cases where we have absolutely no choice. But the idea is that we should keep the top goal, that's the grit part, sticking with that one primary goal right at the top for a career ideally, and stubbornly adapt or give up on intermediate goals and more quickly and easily do the same for lower level goals, all to best serve the reaching the top goal, vision, or destination. This is where creativity meets grit, because you need, when things aren't working, to be adaptive, to find ways to make it work for you. So we shouldn't hesitate to improvise or even obliterate low-level goals to overcome obstacles that serve achievement of our intermediate goals, and do the same to intermediate goals to serve our destination, mission, vision, or top-level goal, whatever you want to call it. So this is actually a brilliant practical use of lateral thinking to support your vision by adaptation or even eliminating those lower order goals that aren't moving you toward the primary goal that as you had hoped or as your company and team hoped would work. So I hadn't really thought about it in quite this way, a similar way, but the idea that it's totally okay to give up on lower level goals because they are only a means to an end. But it's really good because it's an agile solution for a term that I usually call strategically quitting, or sacrifice, in this case, sacrificing lower level priorities to preserve your top priority. So the next time you get stuck, ask yourself this: is this serving my top goal? First of all, if you don't have that vision, you need that vision, you should read Beyond Entrepreneurship 2.0 by Jim Collins. Talks about it a lot. So if the answer to the question, is it serving my top goal, is that it isn't, or it's not doing so very effectively, you can ask yourself the next question, which is, should I adapt, or should we adapt or sacrifice this goal to replace it with a more effective one? Be willing to drop those low-level goals that aren't getting you results, like a hot rock, as a nice metaphor for that. You don't have to have any loyalty to the execution low-level goals because they're the least important and they all have to serve that higher purpose. Be more reluctant, though, or more stubborn to give up on those intermediate goals and refuse to quit on your top goal or vision if you have any choice about it whatsoever. This is the essence of grit, is holding on to that high-level goal for as long as it damn well takes, however you need to get there. And that's where the adaptiveness comes in. So use your creativity to, as the Green Beret motto says, improvise, adapt, overcome to reach your vision. Thank you for watching this far. We're at the bonus material now. So you can use brain training to become more neuroagile or adaptive in the way you think. This is like any other skill, of course. Gritty, deliberate practice makes you better at it. So to improve your neuroagility, make a habit of identifying problems, big or small, in your own experience, expertise, or life. So these could be trivial problems, but they don't necessarily have to be. Now go searching for solutions outside of your own industry, experience, and life. That is, go beyond what you already know. You may be shocked about what you find, but even if you don't find any solution at all, just doing the exercise will expand your knowledge base for the very next time you go looking for solutions. Now, a great example of this, I believe it's someone Epstein is the author. I can't remember I think it's Michael Epstein in a book called Range, which I did a review on a while ago. And he talked about how the breadth of your experience and the breadth of your training is really valuable and could be the best path to the highest level achievement. In that book, he gave an example of how they were looking for a way to reclaim oil spills, that when the heavy, thick crude oil hit the ocean, the water in the ocean, because it was so cool, it tended to more or less gel and congeal, and the pumps weren't powerful enough to suck it off the surface of the water. So one person who had worked in the concrete or cement industry says, well, why don't you just use a vibrational wand? And they're like, what are you talking about? It's like, we have a wand that's just like oscillates, it vibrates, and that basically liquefies or thins the viscosity of the cement, and it pours almost like water when it's vibrating. This is called liquefaction, and is also what happens in earthquakes when something on the surface can actually sink below the surface, because the vibration makes even a solid object like sand or earth that's vibrating at the right frequency to actually behave like a liquid, and things will sink in it. So it's the same idea. So they're taking the concrete vibrational wand or the cement vibrational wand, and then they touch the cold oil that's been spilled in the ocean. As it vibrates, it behaves more like a thinner liquid, and therefore these pumps are now able to suck it off the surface of the water. Perfect example of how the solution you may be looking for is already well known, understood, and solved in another industry altogether, and just outside of your own experience. So that's basically it for this episode. My recommended video is about where to get inspiration and ideas to improvise, adapt, and overcome. I'll put that link right there in the description. So if you got any value from watching this video, please share it with others. Thank you. So this has been Crush It Club 243. I am one day away from 2/3 of a year of every single day videos. This has been Crush It Club 243. Improvise, adapt, overcome to evolve your goal hierarchy. My name is Tim B. Green. Bye for now.